Today we dey talk to the Director General na the National Civil Registration Authority, Mohammed Massakoy, where we can talk about the new biometric ID card them where it just introduced and President Biodo launched yesterday. As this time I welcome Mohammed Massakoy once more. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Okay, well, as people can remember, the new biometric ID card where people don't get this whole process start inside 2018. OSI and CRAB officially start this process, and between 2018-19 and 2020, they call on people for do verification of the information them where they will get, so that it will be in line with this new biometric card where they just introduce. Now that at last this ID card don't they out, waiting this ID card get for serve how important it be to salon people, and waiting for be other procedure them will involve for let people get access to this ID card. Once more they say welcome to the program. Good morning, sir. Salon, Mr. Massakoy.
Thank you.
So we don't there at the stage now where finally it is out. People don't see say the whole process will start inside 2018 to now do end. The biometric ID card will officially be introduced yesterday by His Excellency President Julius Madabio. Take me through in the whole process of this biometric ID card them where the country don't get.
Thank you very much, Subtil. And important for take the people then through in the process of the journey where they today for can begin produce ID cards for people then. And like I said yesterday, you may have heard that the process actually started in 2011. In 2011, when the former government, with support from DFID through UNDP, towards the 2012 elections, provide support for where they produce chip-based biometric ID cards for people in this country. Unfortunately, the elections come, and on 2012, after elections, the card where they be really where the support been for produce the specification, not to the produce. That was never done. We not be get chip-based multi-purpose ID cards, biometric ID cards. So what that not happen when we come into governance in 2018. Now, you not go say you get a comprehensive register away from you produce ID cards at that time when registration had just been done in 2017. And people did not have time for let them see, say, one, whether everybody in a salon or majority of the people then be registered, and two, whether the information where you get on the people in the country correct. Because identity, if we be an error-free document, you never forget mistake purporting identity. If you are Subtil Calon, and for instance, your Subtil is spelled as SAPTIEU, and then on your ID you get SAPTEU. That is not you Subtil seated there. That don't disrupt your identity, and you will face challenge at the time where you want to use your identity. So the register began a lot of errors, a lot of challenges for rely on and for produce ID for people then. Otherwise, if we don't embarrass to people there, and they very us as a citizen, we begin blame government. Say, government don't mortgage respect or integrity. When you put the ID card, they get error or in line with what the international community say. So what we will do, we begin try to call the steering committee meetings for say if partners and able for support the process. Yes, we are aware, but we don't support we don't do for the government produce ID cards, which was not the case. Generally, if you put resources for something in our work, you will feel bad. You're not going for risk any other support resource again into the same project. So we found it difficult. What we call steering committee meetings for more get partners for support. One, we really produce the ID cards with ever people then desire, where they in line with international prescription. Two, for make sure say the registration will don't happen in 2017, the register was correct, and it get people then correct information. The partners will not understand that. So we spent 2018, 2019 trying to work it out. It did not work. And the government take a bold step. Say, well, no, we cannot afford for make people then they not get identity. Remember, say when President go now, the UN General Assembly in 2018, 2019, even at State Open Parliament, he promised the world say he will make sure say Salon get biometric ID cards. And but that one will not happen if we don't get people the information very right. So because partners are not being willing for support, partners we are not comfortable with what happened in 2011, 2012, and we don't try to convince that the CA could not. Somehow they're not able to understand the reason. So what do government now do? Government take the bold step. We can provide resources unilaterally. No, they follow with now register the remaining population, as well as people then get opportunity that all across the country. For say you when you don't say you are Mohammed Masakoi, the information you feel say correct and he will get that the civil register under the national database. That was a project government support with no donor support. In when we started the process in 2020, we just about for starter. Then COVID broke out. Of course, COVID came again a lot of challenges, restrictions of movement. So it obstructed many activities for government across the world. So we held on to that. But when COVID ceased, we say it was now safe for us as people for going to the activity. Government still provide the resources for make sure you register the remaining population and as well as confirm or verify the information everybody will get. You know very well, we went across this country in all the regions, all the districts, communities, and did that exercise successfully. And then we now have a register we can be proud of. That happened in 2021. And thereafter, we started the process now for say, we should be ready now to produce biometric ID cards for our people that are of international compliance.
So in line with you getting to the final stage for getting the biometric ID card for citizen and non-citizen them, take me through the key support system we make this happen.
Key support, what I would say is that this is a project solely supported by government. You get a partner, we're in a Construct System Limited, Limited, we're in partnership with leading global identity institutions of ex-Infotech and Austracard. We come together as a government when we say, let's produce ID cards. You can't just produce any type of ID card. Remember 2012, the ID card we get, not that plastic laminated card. You are never proud of it. But look at what you now have. What President launched yesterday. Move from here and go to Ivory Coast. You have no problem. Any side you shoulder and it's in place. So it's solely supported by government. No donor support, not the parties. It's a bold step taken by government.
Solely supported by government. Is it too also for say the necessary work that we for be done on give space more to experts and mostly winner foreigner them instead of locals them who also really up to the mandate?
No, you know what we will do, Seth? We make sure say we exhaust every applicable regulation or policy in terms of international competitive procurement bidding process. We not go into the frivolous use of executive clearance. Otherwise, for say because they don't take people don't get ID card, make we just ask for executive clearance from His Excellency the President. A country will take shortcut. But as a government, we know this circumvent regulation or policy because we want to do something. Now there's corruption in there. We open the net and we involve international partners. Let me tell you, in the design of the specs for this ID card we don't produce, we had all of our partners involved in it, even though they did not provide the cent on it.
So why give them more space for get chance for take part rather than the other way around?
Because they are partners in development, because they are also foreign residents in this country. And one of the ideas we produce, we therefore foreign residents. So we make sure say whatever they produce, the international partners that they're part of, and we involve even civil society. We involve all other MDAs for say this is what we are producing. It was very consultative. We not sit down at NCRA. We say no. Now this card, this type ID card will give you. We call several meetings. We went across this country. We engaged people, stakeholders, on the sort of design. Many of it, 98.1 be the part of.
From your explanation, make I take you back. You say since una dey work on this process in 2018, una been get one challenge wey na the issue of the correct identity of people we una been dey try for synchronize and correct. Now with that statement, somebody go wonder if NCRA gets the identity of every individual within the system now we go on this ID card, we will not need for go again and search for the person.
You know, that challenge existed of the errors on the register before 2018. When we come 2018, we turn it now into an opportunity for people then forget the right information on them, they're in place. So I can safely say, with over 90% of the population will get on the register now. If you get anything, except for those ones, for instance, we want, if you are Subtil Kalom, now you don't get a reason for add one middle name. If you have a document for that, you can break and we update you, hold it, you will update your information. Or for instance, let me say, continue to use you, Subtil Kalom, today he say, no, you know the Subtil Kalom again. You don't marry to somebody, let us say Musa. Then she becomes Subtil Musa. That identity has to be updated. The law makes provision for that. That Husai gets need for updated identity, for reflecting current identity. The law makes it possible for them to do that.
But as it stands, una get the identity of every Sierra Leonean.
We get the identity of
Or everybody
over
who live within
90% of the people that are in this country. That is why civil registration is a continuous, universal, and permanent and compulsory basis. Not a one-off event. Say, oh no, don't register no more 2017 or 2021. No, from even this December, even today, we're posting can not register it. If they produce yourself, they will register you.
Okay.
Will they continue? Once people will continue for live, once birth continue for happen, or death continue for happen in this country, or marriage, other vital events or the corner of lives, civil registration continue for exist.
Okay, continue for the with in case you just tune in. You did listen to the Director General and National Civil Registration Authority, Mohammed Massakoy, where they take we listen and view them through the stages of the process them for the right stage now where the country don't forget a biometric. But they talk about how this whole process starts, the challenge them we didn't get take to the final stage where they don't reach, and now the country don't officially get a biometric ID card. Program Good Morning Salon they continue. Today inside the program we look at the new biometric ID card where the country don't officially get, and we get with we at the studio the Director General from NCHR Mohammed Massakoy. We don't give updates. The program they continue now. We look at another issue. Also, President Bill call on the Ministry of Internal Affairs (NCRA), Ministry of Labour and the Immigration Department for make sure say they work together so that the country in register will get proper information system about the total number of people na the country. President Bill talk this way go pull na do the securitized multi-purpose biometric ID card where government through the National Civil Registration Authority do for citizen and non-citizen them na the country. Well, for more on this issue, let me listen to Yeno Kabia as a report.
With great honor and delight, I have the pleasure also to formally launch Sierra Leone's first biometric chip-based
President
ID.
Julius Maada Bio bin dey launch the first national securitized biometric national identification card, Section 15(1)J of the National Civil Registration Act 2016. GNCRA the rights for give national identification card like birth certificate, death, married, adoption, divorce, and plenty other documents them to citizen and non-citizen them. For CC, online documents are secure. Now for sake this make President Bio inside 2018, they make promise to salon people say and go make sure say citizen and get securitized multi-purpose biometric ID card. Where this makes salon government through the National Civil Registration Authority and then partner them, be work together with Construct Salon Limited and other body them for begin the production of the securitized multi-purpose biometric ID card, where this be make NCRA begin do one registration process for people in the country for get correct information but them people Mohammed Massakoy, now the Director General for NCRA, talk more about the importance of this ID card.
The current government, upon assumption of office, made CRVS and legal identity a priority, where everyone is visible and accounted for. Today, I am proud to say that the new direction government of President Julius Maada Bio has unilaterally borne the burden to produce chip-based securitized ID cards for our people in partnership with the global leading identity consortium of Construct Systems Radio Limited, ex-Infotech, and Ostracard. These ID cards, Your Excellency, are all consistent with international standards and ECOWAS specifications. In the course of designing the ID cards, we sought guidance from our international partners, including ECOWAS and the European Union, technical assistance team to make sure our ID cards meet ECOWAS and other international requirements.
It carry on for talk about the different ID card them, where government they give to citizen and non-citizen them.
We are providing the public with 5 categories of ID cards and are all in line with international standards. 1. A mandatory national ID card for all Sierra Leonean citizens. 2. ECOWAS biometric ID card on demand for Sierra Leonean citizens wanting to travel across the sub-region. 3. ECOWAS ID cards for nationals of ECOWAS member countries. 4. A mandatory non-national ID card for all foreign nationals outside ECOWAS member states. And 5. An ID verification platform that is used to authenticate personal identity of people. Your Excellency, we have cleaned the centralized government payroll system, tracked double dippers, ghost and proxy workers, etc.
But how secure them different ID card they are they? Sagri say, where they represent the people that will make this ID card, been get this for sale.
So this is a chip-based smart card with the capability of making ID verification. These 2 systems are a global standard for making people identified and verified to enable them for digital transactions. This is new for Sierra Leone, and only few countries in Africa have adopted these technologies, and I would like to congratulate all of you that you are one of the few in Africa who started to do this.
Where itself be the talk for sake of the informal sector. The president for the Market Women Association, Aja Marie Bob Kane, say they ask women them now they get for benefits from them different ID card here.
This particular process also now we go be more beneficiaries for that we the women them, because we get 2 categories of women them where they do business at this country, where it's on the internal cross border. If you left Freetown for go up country, you don't cross border for go na other district. So this na benefit to we where we do that kind of cross-border trading. For say, if you're able to obtain that ID card day, if anything happen with you along the line, then we're able to identify quick. The other benefits now for the women in cross-border trade, where we're not able to forget passports, and we they obtain that what they call emergency certificate, when at a single entry. If you go like a Banjul or Guinea, where you come, pass you get for take another one, and a money. So this ID card, where they don't put so, for 1 year, if you obtain them, you go able to do cross-border trade, you go as far as 16 ECOWAS states. Nobody know they harass you.
Aruna Musa, na the ECOWAS representative na Salon say, Salon na the number 6 ECOWAS country them. We don't introduce the ECOWAS biometric ID card, where this is say, go allow free movements na ECOWAS country them.
By organizing this launch, the country has taken an essential step forward. It will be the 6th member state after Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, Ghana, Benin, and Gambia to implement the ECOWAS biometric national identity card. This is indeed great. A show of the government of Sierra Leone's commitment to the vision of ECOWAS for the free movement of persons and trade integration in the region.
Where in the Punlado the securitized biometric ID card, the President Julius Madabio been start first for tell thank you to the development partner them for the support where they don't give to government for sake of this ID card.
I will start by thanking our development partners, especially the European Union, UNDP, UNICEF, WHO, UNFPA, Irish Aid, Plan International, the World Bank, and many others for their consistent support in strengthening our civil registration and vital statistics systems. Let me also thank the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa for their technical and other support in building the capacity of NCRA.
The President Semeso say the National Biometric ID card go help for get strength to transparency and sustainable national development, where they in line with government in midterm national development plan.
At the national level, we believe that a biometric chip-based multi-purpose ID card and ID verification serves a number of our imperatives for transparent, effective, inclusive, and sustainable national development. That is why it is central to our medium-term national development plan. That is why my government invested resources, worked with partners, and provided strong political will and support at the highest levels to achieve this objective today.
Now, for second make President Bill call on the Ministry of Internal Affairs, NCRA, Ministry of Labor and the Immigration Department for make sure say they work together so that the country in register go get proper information system but the total number of the country in population.
I urge the Ministry of Internal Affairs, NCRA, Ministry of Labor and Social Security, and the Immigration Department to work closely in order to ensure that our national population register fully. This serves labor, immigration, border control, national and transnational security, justice, and other governance interests.
President Bill end up calling salon people for make sure say they take them different ID card here. And self been call on NCRA for putting it in place so that when they go to the different districts and for give people an ID card them, people in say go able to get the ID card and quick one for Radio Democracy. You know, Kabia the reports.
The program now Good Morning Saloon, we come to you from 98.1 FM. Inside the program, we still get Mohammed Masakoi, the Director General, the National Civil Registration Authority. They get for county through the different prices and process them, forget them ID card. So, but before we go for that report and the break earlier, we've been to talk about the captured population, and this now one of the issues we don't discuss anytime we talk about data collection we the NCRA don't they do from 2012, and you self don't mention saying that now one of the delays them, and you mentioned say when I capture or when I get 90% data of Sierra Leoneans them, and going by the last census, Salone population they above 7 million. Above that 7 million population, almost number the NCRA don't able for register and get them at the database.
Percentage I don't tell you, so we have had over 90% of all of you.
That's in
Not
terms
only
of in terms of the number, not percentage.
Now they say not only citizens. The register will get to comprise citizens and other foreign residents within the country. In essence, you now have over 6 million people on that register.
6 million. Wouldn't tap the NCRA enough for like gets everybody on board, considering the fact that it don't take a very long time, 3 to 4 years?
No, not look at what you don't take. Look at what you have done as an individual or as a resident of this country. Government don't give you all the opportunity. Government don't do all the investment. Say you have been registered or you have the facilities are there. In every district you go in this country, we are represented. We are there. We have offices across this country, well functioning. So if you say you are a citizen or you are other resident of this country, opportunity, why would you present yourself for registration? And that is why we have done so much sensitization for make people then know say, now you're right for be accounted for let government know say they exist, because it will help government for provide for you in the sharing of the resources for our development. But if you keep yourself, you don't know, nobody knows about you. How will you expect government to provide for you when you are there and you don't declare your existence? The law further says that it's not only your existence that you declare, you should also declare your permanent legal exit, which is dead.
So the 10% we talk about now, we by una estimation and not get now a database, they're not available themselves for make una register. Is that the case?
How would they not be available? If you are there, we know the first person. The law say, of course, it's compulsory, but present yourself and go register. So we'll continue every day. Like I tell you, this morning says hotel will go, possibly most councils don't register it. We'll do register. We don't go say because you don't register over 6 million, we'll close office. That's what the law says. And we are respecters of law. We say every day, once people continue to exist, sometimes you marry to Musa, as he married, the law says for declare that married day, for register, so you don't do say your identity don't change. Your identity don't change, you don't add somebody to you now as a partner. So the provision in there. So once people continue to live, civil registration continue to exist. That means they say it is permanent. Not to event for something. They say it happened no more 2021. I don't know. No.
And how protected the data the way the NCRA collects?
Again, that's a very important question. We have made sure that we get the infrastructure in place for protect the information we'll get on everybody. Adequate security of the R&D. And that system we have in place has been tested severally by various partners. The first test was done in 2018 November by the European Union when they bring the technical assistance team. That was the first assessment they did on the ICT infrastructure, the identity management system, to see what we have, the equipment we have, and how secure it is, and the usability of the data. Beyond that, we had a comprehensive content assessment in 2019, led by UNECA and UNICEF and UNDP, where all the partners were on board. What happened in 2016 when they can't access government at that time? Salon get reference. It never succeeded in that. But when we take over in 2018, President Bill said we cannot afford, because countries must be put on the global dashboard in terms of complying with universal principles of civil registration. If Salon don't fail in 2016, we cannot continue to, but for say we left with name on the map say Salon is a failed country. What did we do? We had to request UNECA saying we are ready as a government. And it came in 2019 in less than, where in many other countries they do one for minimum 6 months. And in their cases they fail safe. Big countries in Africa. In the case of Sierra Leone, because of the spectacular political will and every other legal framework and support in place, when they conducted the comprehensive content assessment, what happened? Salon passed that exam day with excellence.
Okay. Continue for the with we, Mohammed Massakoy na inim, in the Director General na NCRA, they talk about the new biometric ID card them. The program Good Morning Salon, they continue. Well, from that break inside the program, where they come over to we studio guest Mohammed Massakoy, Director General at NCRA. Now, I'm listening and view them don't get enough understanding on how this whole process start, the challenge them we wanna get, and now at last the country don't realize and get a new biometric ID card them. People want for no, I mean, when the process them, the first stage where somebody for consider for ensure say it get this new biometric ID card them.
You make sure say you are registered. And if you're not registered, when you go to any of your offices or centers who don't designate, because we don't decentralize the process, we will not say, yeah, President talk yesterday, and that he ever tell me, nobody not for move from a village or a home for can fit on, for can take ID card. We so that's what will happen. We say, would they move the service to the people then? If you have a village, Saptiu, would they go there? Like this street? Just kind of Kenema, for instance. If you come from Tonkia, come to Kenema. Or some other center outside population there, where by the census record, we know say there are communities who are highly populated. We will go for fixed centers in there. Present yourself there. And if you have registered, just apply and indicate the type of ID card you want. Because we have three categories of 4. You say, I want national ID card. You think I want ECOWAS ID card. And then when you don't apply, you look at the information of what you add there, okay, and confirm. You don't need for commodity. That we don't put in even internet access with ICT equipment infrastructure built there. Once you don't do that application, if you want for change the photo, so that the time we must have been registered in 2016, or we confirm information in 2021, you don't get body now, or you don't become some other person. You want for change the photo. He has that opportunity. He change what he want for change the updater. That information is instantaneously transmitted to us at headquarters. And we produce the ID card. You have your ID cards produced. Then they take it.
And the same day when you go through the registration process, you get the ID card?
No, it cannot be the same day because it's a process. It's within 72 hours. That is established. You will have it even less than that. But just maximum to be on the safer side.
Now, you talk about if somebody need no need for Freetown. How I don't decentralize is it by district headquarter towns, or is it by regional towns, or is it by these chiefdoms? How I decentralize the process?
Musa, I just said that. I say we are in every district in this country. Access to ID cards will be available at district level. Beyond district headquarter town level, we say going through census report, we don't see some communities are highly populated. For instance, we go Sorobwema in Jendema. It's a highly populated community. Jendema bordered Liberia. You don't go say possible for Komona Jendema camp, for instance, at Puyonta. Under normal circumstances, the service is available in Pujon town. So you know who come up, Janema, you jump Pujon, you can't see the comforter. No, you cannot. As a responsible government will say, stay where you are, just within your community, have your ID. What else can we do for you?
And you
now don't put transport for you. No pay, no transport for comforter. Where you comforter, not strain for get food or for finding place for lodge. All of those use up as someone that in for empower yourself.
And you talk about the connectivity and the internet system, say, una connected and una system then connected. Considering the fact that not all partners alone even get mobile network, how NCR operate in areas like that?
Well, we don't say the infrastructure we don't build, we don't provide internet connectivity, we work on and offline. This is a huge investment we government will undertake, just for people to be proud of this country, which has never been the case in this country. Yesterday, we don't launch after our command State House 2 o'clock. Say yesterday started over 4 up then off by then 4:45. We've had hundreds of ID cards. Overnight, we don't produce all. We are distributing them this morning.
Now,
that is what we have in place. When we say it, we'll do it.
Looking at the activities now, the National Civil Registration, and even going for NIN number or going for some products now, the NCR or service, you see a very long queue around una head office. And considering the fact that una don't add other service again, how the NCR don't position themselves for ensure say people now go for ID card, you take 1 week for even get access to the building or stuff.
It's not possible. In fact, we can introduce a portal now. Say, you, Musa Kama, you sit there, you apply for your ID card. People when they go for say for NIN, you don't need for your bar for NIN. The ID card when you get, all ID card you need. Now make you say,
I just make that as reference, but people really get challenged for get access to NCRA services. If you go around Connaught area, you see people them in a very long queue. They try for get services them or registration process na the NCRA. Now with the ID card, how na they manage that?
No. You go want for know the various services people they go for. Where they go take a long time there. If you really you don't go for get a service na NCRA, you get all your information correct, Musa. You know you take 10 minutes there. You have no reason for spending any longer time there.
Okay.
When we give the information to the Electoral Commission for the voter registration, when you go update or do your voter register, did you spend more than 5 minutes on that process? You did not. It was swift. So if you have everything, people just get for play the game of changing information for suit different purpose. You are Musa Kamara. You want to go to America. What we have on you is you are born on 12 February 1980. Because you want to you want to go to America, you will now say you are born on 12 February 1990. So you don't got 10 years from you. Is that honest? Honest is that? So it's the straight way for that will make sure so your records are in place. And what we have put in place now, you cannot beat us.
Okay.
Whatever you have on you, we will catch you. You cannot. That we don't establish that platform, that identity verification platform. Also, would they give authorized access to many public institutions, including foreign missions. And I said it yesterday. The British have access, the Americans have access, the Canadians, the Germans, Netherlands, etc., etc. Say they get people when they apply for visa, for consular service, immigration opportunities. Do your director general. Make we get access, now we're for the verified. And we're going to decide on how we grant them authorized access. So you be substitute where you want to get visa for go America. Where you go apply now, the American embassy will get connected to our facility. We'll work out the details of that. And they don't need for you, but as it is, where you lie, they see the lie where you don't lie. Because we are the authoritative custodians of national population data on the people of this country. Personal information.
They talk about the turn in time in terms of when somebody need the ID card, when you go get an and how fast you get and decide them where you go get them. Within each of them ID card their cost.
We'll get 4 categories of ID cards. And like I say, when you apply for the ID card, each and every one of the 4 categories, within 72 hours, you will receive anywhere you in the country. From side where you apply, I would emphasize you are not moving. Yesterday, with the launch of the production, now President give the go ahead. We don't open yesterday now. Freetown, 5 centers in Freetown, and including Lumley, we propose headquarters in Akiyama Road, NCIA headquarters, Kennedy Street, and Waterloo. Now, we start with the 5 regional headquarters towns: Freetown, Bo, Kenema, Makeni, and Poloko. Freetown, Bo, Kenema, Makeni, and Poloko. We don't start yesterday. And then on the 15th February, all other districts, they open. Every other district in this country. From the 30th yesterday, from Freetown, Bo, Kenema, Makeni, and Poloko, open. We get a lot of applications for ID cards yesterday. Various categories of ID cards. We don't produce it overnight. And we make sure the delivery will take place today, and then respective this regional headquarters. And on the 15th of February, every other district in this country of Pujehon, Kailahon, Kono, Tonkolili, Koenadugu, Falaba, etc., will be available, will be accessible now. I say, when you apply within 72 hours, you will get your ID card. No move. Now you ask for the various costs of the ID cards.
Yes.
Now I say we get the 4 categories. One is the national ID card, where now for citizens of this country, where they cost minimum about 140 loans, new loans.
Wait, say that again.
And
Not 5, I say 140 new loans.
Solo put them in all loans also for understanding, since you didn't already communicate to people.
Don't put in which currency?
In all loans also.
No, we talk about new loans now. Why you want for work? That's not the talk now.
We talk about.
You say we talk about money now. Now that's this one. Now, there is enough sensitization of the new loans what they use. People already know it. That's what you are employing right now. And then you get the ECOWAS ID for salon people. Then we want for travel within ECOWAS countries. That is on demand. Now what you want? Not to all man they travel, not to so. Majority of people the way they travel now, they want to be in the public sector, for instance, or for some businesses. Because ECOWAS protocol provides people will move freely within the ECOWAS sub-region and for enhanced trade integration, go transatlantic business without any hindrance. So they want the way we want for that people to take them kind of travel. For Komoya, go Senegal, go Ivory Coast, go Mali, go here and there, go Guinea. You don't get passports, you get an ID card. You go through that and nobody know that there's something you say. That's the protocol where all ECOWAS heads of states then sign. Where yesterday your ECOWAS rep say, Salute the 6th country. We don't start for produce ECOWAS ID cards out of the 16 countries in ECOWAS. Now for that ECOWAS ID for Salon citizen, then we want for access, like I say, it's on demand. Now 240 loans.
240 loans, and you say you need a call and in if I can get you down at 2 million, Amos.
Check it very well. Be careful, Musa. You say 240, you say 2 million. 240, I said, and then you say 2 million.
Then make us say, look, we call them in all and both because
we are talking about new loans
people
now. But even as that, you should know what 240 is. 240, that's 240 loans. 240,000.
So it's deliberate for making able to come and be able to sensitize the people and better.
Yeah, why should you do that?
Terms, in both
also
terms.
make sure what they tell the people. If I say 240, you should know 240 is 240,000 euros. But if you say 2 million, it's something different. You want to portray.
So we go.
So ECOWAS ID for Salon people, now 240 million, which is equivalent to 240,000. If you want to use the new loan, but which not to use again. We're talking about new loans now. And then you get the ECOWAS ID for ECOWAS citizens and from other ECOWAS member states within a Salon. We want for access to it. You get Nigerians here, you get Ghanaians around, you get Guineans, you get Senegalese, you get Ivorians, etc., etc. They want to then get the cost winner 400 loans. Again, for your own reading, for your understanding, again, 400,000. Then you get now the non-national ID card. Then for foreign people then. They want them like the Indians, the Lebanese, and many others from other countries within this country here, where they own 2,000 loans. That is mandatory. Anybody where you forget that, you're in a foreign resident at this country, you forget that. This is not only new in Sierra Leone. Hold it. You go to Banjo, every foreign resident, that is a critical requirement for access or acquisition of resident permit and work permit. If you have ever traveled outside this country, you go now, Gambia, for instance, as a land normal, they give you a few time. They expect if you don't comply with the state regulation. Forget that president with me yesterday say NCRA, Internal Affairs, Immigration and Labor for work together for make sure to account for all man. Not only citizens but foreign residents within this country. Plenty of foreign people within this country we don't know about them.
So in line with all the different for ID card and the price, there this issue of them, the price peg to dollar. I mean, now that you don't read all the different category of the ID card and waiting and cost, them price are the actuality if somebody go for them, especially the foreign one them in any way they not go ask for let them pay in another currency.
No, the law say we got your currency there. And at the Leon, now they use. Now I mean who know ever when we're ready for issue release on the cost of the ID and the service we provide, we did so in Leons, which are signed.
But there was one time also a release from NCRA with lettered signature and everything, where them price that we just outlined in Leon's peg to dollar.
I will not.
Though later on a change them back.
No, that's
wait till really be lead to that for
that
why would I even get that thought for say if I be peg to dollar.
No, sir, to you, that's not true. Now me the sign. You don't see this.
But the release was everywhere.
No. Look at now. Look. What you sign? Look at. You don't see the signature. I signed this. Now me the sign.
So that release na for Musa come out.
Now you know what I pull
out.
No,
it didn't have phone. I can show you now. Now release will be day out everywhere. And later when I change the price to Leons, we wanna change the price to Leons. This makes citizens they say, well, NCRA plenty thank you wanna listen to the voice of the people.
No, but even
though means there was a release from NCRA based on that.
No, even though there is somebody say thank you, which is not to say now that release and so you come. We'll never release.
Or is it that I want to see people frown at it initially?
We will not even allow anybody frown, but because we will not do anything to make person frown.
Quick one.
We should be thanked. We should be appreciated. And you should trigger that.
Quick one.
As a medium. What we have done is we don't just inform the nation, say these are the costs. And we know say that the law say how will you charge a service in dollars? When are you the user?
Good morning, Salon. We can see from 98.1 FM and inside the program. Una don't send una comment and concerns them as well as kuna on 0779819881 also on our Facebook page. This first one they say, is it possible for someone to have the national ID and ECOWAS ID card at the same time?
Another message inside the program, they say thanks to NCRA for a good work done and also thanks for listening to the public as this whole ID card price was pegged to dollar.
This one says, I have lost the slip issued to me when I registered. How can I collect my ID card without presenting the slip?
Another message say, what are the benefits of this ID card? Is it approved by all ECOWAS region?
And this one they say, good morning, 98.1. Please, Mr. Director, is it legitimate for citizens of Sierra Leone to have the ECOWAS without the national identity card? Or is it ECOWAS ID can serve in any capacity without the national ID card?
Another one is this ID card are for all citizens. I hope NCRA have the capacity of what it takes to ensure that people apply and show interest of having the ID card will be available to them.
And this one, they say, Mr. Masakwe, please go over the prices again. I want to comprehend them.
This other message inside the program, they say, how are you going to educate the public to know the importance of this ID card? Another message where I will take again, Musa, this person they say, can you please explain about the procedure and availability of the different process, especially in the provinces? People don't need to come to the city to have, their right, which is the national identity card.
This one from Ato Taluna Facebook page, they say, in fairness to all citizens, please use both Afri Money and Orange Money. Don't use only one network, please.
Another message, they say, Mr. Masako, I hope the price you have stated will be exactly as it is in the different system you've set up, especially in the provinces. I hope people will not need to pay extra when they go for the ID card.
This one say, Alusain Ambrose Musa on our Facebook page, they say, I saw a flyer stating 140 million and application fee of 5 million.
This other message, they say people need to have enough understanding about this ID card, why they need to take it, and what purpose will it serve for exactly.
This from Richard JM Silva on our Facebook page. They say local ID. What is actually the cost? It is 4 Leon. Is this 4 new Leon or 40 new Leon or 400,000? Please explain.
This other message inside the program from a Facebook page, this person they say, now that the prices are out, we hope there is not going to be any changes.
Yeah, this one from Rosalind Masako. They say the ID secretariat before and now has changed completely as a result of the political will of His Excellency and the visionary and transformation leadership of Director General and team. With the NCRA, we've rebranded our beloved country. This is as a result of the drastic measures put in place. No. Okay, then from Rosalind Masako.
Okay, and because of time, we come over to the Director General, Mohammed Masako, for respond to the message and concern them with people at all raise.
Something quick one before Mr. Masako come. This from Kindama Kagbon, our Facebook page. They say, sir, your office space at Kinjimi doesn't really suit your operational workload. Are there any plans to relocate to a conducive facility? With that, you go respond to the concerns then.
Yes, thank you very much. Not to plan will get for relocate safe. When government sees the importance of civil registration on VS and ID, government graciously offer away a place in Kiama Road, when I be the former Chinese embassy. Na 32 be Kiama Road, where the space there is very much adequate for us to accommodate all CRVS and ID management services. And that would be in the process now for move to that location there. Wherever would make sure, say, because we get limited space, I could establish centers, outlets for corporate people. I just told you we don't open one office space na Lumley. We'll get another one na Kennedy Street. We'll get na Waterloo. We'll get na Kiama Road there, and we headquarters. All of those ones because we want to make sure, say, the people do not get too much constraint for that. I see we will only pay more attention on the ID card. But one very important component of the services we don't give, where President launched yesterday, the platform, where they make sure, say, institutions we want to know about the population of this country, the personal information about people there, get access to that and therefore authenticate the information. You want to go do bank transactions, you want to go get your credit in a bank, you want to register your business, you want to go register for exams, you want to go get admission for going to university. All of those ones, etc., now are tied to the facility hold on the ID verification platform, where they make sure, say, personal information on our people is consistent. We get consistency on that. It's not a change anymore. We're not required. So that's a very big success. You go now first of all to America today, the use of the own SS number, what's at the NIN as a plugger no more, everything about you don't show. That is advanced technology we don't adopt in this country. Will not ever happen in Israel. That don't show is salon day in line with international best practice. What did happen in America and how get here? You go UK and that will get there. On the prices, I don't say you mentioned the application fee, but you go to university, say you apply, you buy application form. When you buy a passport, you buy application form before you pay for the passport or before you pay for university, before you pay your university fee. So when you want to apply, when you want to have your ID card, you have to do your application. There has to be a documentary evidence of your desire to have what you want. Say, I want ECOWAS ID. You apply and indicate to me, say, this is what you want. They will produce that for you. And that record is kept for just in case there is need for any reference. So we don't say the national ID card 140 leons, the ECOWAS ID cards on demand for Sudanese is 240, the ECOWAS ID cards for citizens of ECOWAS member states 400 leons. The non-national ID cards, when are mandatory for foreign residents, is 2,000 leons, and the application fee of 5 leons for each of those categories. For the ID verification platform, it depends on the field of interest. Some institutions, they want limited support, or some they want whole support. Based on what you want for low supply with, they will agree on the reasonable fee we will charge. Otherwise, like we say, the ID card, we don't start with the regional headquarters towns yesterday. And the 15th, we will then all that districts will be open for let you get your ID card as and when you want. And somebody asked if ECOWAS approve the ECOWAS ID card. Now that make yesterday ECOWAS sent the country representative for making go out, let the people of this country know, say, ECOWAS has been part of it in the design and they approve the card. When we don't produce them, we send the sample to ECOWAS. They look at the correspondence is there. Say Salon don't meet ECOWAS specification. We do that deliberately because no one for starter. They know and they say we will not stop because we don't meet specification where ECOWAS set.
Quick one. Somebody they ask, what's in the duration of the ID card here?
Oh, the ID card, depending the national ID card for we Salon people, then the 5 years duration. Then the other type of ID card, ECOWAS, the non-foreign resident, now 1 year, duration. All of these, not just Salon, no to do so. All of these are in line with what happen in many other countries.
Mr. Masako, this is now a more advanced ID card where people not use forget more digital advanced one. Look at what it takes to maintain this service where people apply and show interest, then get the service capacity wise, and our owner self not equipped owner self for ensure so where people apply for this ID card as time goes by. Will not get the excuse for say NCR not able for produce the biometric card them again. Wait till I don't put in place for ensure say this new form of system of ID card owner come it owner able to maintain them as owner continue for giving a service.
Now that make could not be the rush say every year owner say this year. I told you here say we are very much patient and make sure so we do the right thing. We not get infrastructure based overseas. We not to government of overseas production. Everything we will do that for them will get ID cards permanently now. They in country now. The facility is well established here as an infrastructure.
If somebody
we will not get any reason, we not get excuse for saying we not get ID cards, we not for producer. Now that we make sure say everything done in place. It take good time before we announce. We say president announce and say what he be promised the people are available now.
If somebody they out of Salon want this ID card, how we go get them? And somebody they say, I realize my name was not changed in the light exercise. Now I know during the NEC registration process, is there any cost attached to that for the correction? And somebody they say, what is the complaint mechanism in terms of challenges?
Complaint
mechanism of the NCR?
No, the law make it possible. Say you can change the information, you can update the information. Like I mentioned just now when we start the conversation, what you will not change in your date of birth because you know almost say you were born or then when a person die. I don't know how much time people they die, which is what people have been used to in this country. Plenty people get multiple birth dates. Where you want to go to university, get different date. You want to get a job, get different date. That don't stop. That don't happen now again. If, for instance, you don't married or you want for change your name, saying that this name you want to be now, the law make it possible. The law prescribe clearly what you need for put in place for changing that name. And it's possible for us to do it once you are compliant with what the law says. In the case of that possible say the overseas now, I don't think it's to say we just can't announce details of a portal where if you can do your application online, you get an authorization as who picks up the ID card in a very secured manner.
So with this ID card,
we are in a technological world now.
Where somebody get they travel within the ECOWAS sub-region in any way, no need passport again?
You know, if that now you wish you want to get passport, but when you get ID card, you don't need that because ECOWAS protocol don't say. Once you get ECOWAS approved ID card, like how the rep announced yesterday, Salon, the one who don't produce, it meets ECOWAS standard. So you take go Ivory Coast. Nobody know they ask you to do. Nobody know they are bugging for travel.
So Mr. Masako,
now we are the 6th country in Africa, West Africa, who don't produce that.
Time don't really between the program, but we listeners and viewers on Facebook, we want to see sample of the ID card actually, then on the demand for
But yes, I do don't display that on there. It didn't on the internet, it is everywhere. The sample
so you
of
know
it.
the one I will just show so we all view them.
Well,
Just one see second. The features of the ID card and now it look like.
Important. Now, this is the ECOWAS ID card. Sample of the ECOWAS ID. And at the front.
Okay. The back.
See the back. All security features here are in consistency with what the ECOWAS prescribed.
The next
now,
one.
the national ID card. See, national ID card.
The back.
The back of a national ID card. No look there, just see the non-national ID card sample.
Okay.
No, let's show the back of the non-national ID card. Non-national ID card. All of these cards, Musa, they're in line with what the world say, the international specification, including ECOWAS. Take this card, take it anywhere in the sub-region, wherever you show this card, you can be proud to say, President Biyodo make you feel proud in the world. Because you know the shame again, you work out laminated ID card. This is a chip-based, multi-purpose ID card, well readable if you get the device. When you go use the device, you go see what it is inside.
Thank you very much for coming inside the program. I hope NCRA goodbye airtime with 98.1 for can talk more on the ID card.
Exactly.
During the course of the days, them or weeks and months, them for raise more awareness. Plenty thank you for waking inside the program. In him na
Mohammed Mubashir. That's true identity.
Mohammed
Masako. To talk about.
Mohammed Masako, the Director General for the National Civil Registration Authority. Plenty thank you for waking inside the program. And they talk about the new ID cards. Them we don't come out. ECOWAS national and non-citizens securitized identity card. We NCRA don't pull yesterday. As he say, it didn't have all the offices them now for production. Anytime with somebody one time, it will be available.
Well, this edition of the program, Good Morning Salon, will left you. Plenty thank you to the producer Alex Lawrence Goma, and also to the technical team. We say thank you to DJ Cliff. We make una get really loud out here, and also to Usman Kamara and team. We make una see a way from our Facebook page. We will bring this edition of the program, Good Morning Salon. Mina Sapti calendar says stay tuned to this fine frequency, and goodbye.
Society for Wider Democracy 98.1 FM. Well, from the program Good Morning Salon, we will now take Salon and International News. Stay tuned.